Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee Break with Amanda and I at Joshua on Design. Today we're going to talk a little bit about your Thanksgiving plans, specifically your Thanksgiving table setting. We love to decorate for every holiday. I mean, that's kind of how this all started, Joshua on Design. It was just like decorating and decorating. So that's kind of how it started. So decorating for your table, we'll give you a few tips, some pointers, and some ideas that we use at home and things that we've actually done on some of our stages as we get closer to the holiday season. Some people ask for certain centerpieces. So we'll give you some of those ideas.
I can't believe we're already talking about holiday
decor. I know.
Just going to throw that out
there. I know, that's
so
insane.
Like it crept up on us really quickly.
Insane. It's crazy. I have no idea where 2020 went. I mean, I'm glad it's ending. Like, it could end now. That'd be great, actually. But it, like, flew by.
It did.
It's crazy.
It did.
So, yeah, so your Thanksgiving tablescape. Okay, so Thanksgiving's going to look a lot different this year. Everyone's going to be, kind of having smaller gatherings, if just your immediate family in your household. So what does that mean? More room for decorations. That's what I think.
Exactly. Less people, more decorations.
Absolutely.
Just because you're not entertaining the normal amount of people that you would used to do that, it doesn't mean that you need to, minimize your decorations.
Not at all. It means you should
more.
You should definitely add more. And have fun with it. Yeah. And like decorate your table like 2 weeks before. I will, by the way.
I will.
Yeah, it'll be done.
Started.
Might be even 3 weeks. Yeah. Right. So a few tips, a few ideas that we have. Number one is the actual centerpiece, right? The centerpiece. You start with a runner. Put a runner on your table. It could be anything that you want it to be. It could be a linen fabric. Mm-hmm. It could actually be burlap. Some people love burlap for the season.
For the season.
Mm-hmm. And you can use that to kind of anchor your table. Be it a rectangle table or a round table, it doesn't matter. The runner goes a long way. I will say, I am not a huge fan of tablecloths.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe the day of, whenever you have like a second table.
Yes, I actually did that last year.
Okay.
As my second table was not like a good table,
yes.
So I covered it up.
There you go. But your traditional dining room table, really let that thing shine. That's the whole point of Thanksgiving.
Right, you want to show it off.
Yeah, scratches, dings, who cares? Doesn't matter. Your decorations are going to win anyway. That'll be a topic of conversation.
Something that I did on my table, I have a long rectangular table.
Yeah.
And instead of doing a runner,
yes,
I bought a square tablecloth. And I placed it like a diamond.
Oh, clever.
So it looks like a runner,
nice, but
it's not.
Does it hang off the sides?
Yes.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I love that.
The wide part.
That's great. Oh, so it's like icy. So it's like, and the sides of the table are still exposed.
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Good one. So you start with your runner, your table, your centerpiece for your table be a tablecloth if it's centered on the table and angled, or a runner. And I always get, next are the candles for me. I need candles. Yeah. Preferably taper candles, because I love taper candles.
Ooh, yes.
I know. Not like jar candles. I mean, you can do jar candles. There's nothing wrong with jar candles. I personally just like taper candles, because I think it's like a little bit more like elegant.
It's elegant, and it takes up less space on the table, and we need room for food, obviously.
Right? And I like them a lot, too, because you can get really creative with the types of candle holders, too, with taper candles. There are so many different. You can go to an antique shop, buy 5, odd numbers only.
Very
always.
Important.
We should do a thing about that.
We should.
Yeah, a coffee break about that, definitely. Anyway, going back to that. So, you can buy like 5, or 7 different taper candle holders and put them on the table. Start there. Right? And then you can take some sort of leafy, like garland that you can get like Michael's or like Joanne Fabrics, and like just kind of weave it through. And I really like the ones that obviously look the most real.
Of course.
Yeah, that really helps. And weave that through, and then if you have some little pumpkins, some little gourds, like just put them around. And really, the idea is that you want to make like a snake pattern.
Yes.
You don't want it to be completely linear. Then it doesn't look organic. It looks like it was purposely placed that way. And design is kind of all about unintentional like awesomeness.
Right. You want it to look natural.
Yeah. So One thing I did is I bought a garland that was of wooden leaves. Like they were wooden leaves.
I love that. Do you have a picture?
I do.
Give us.
I do. And I took the garland string out of the leaves and I like just kind of threw the wooden leaves on the table, like on the runner.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome.
So that's a good one too. So get creative. Those garlands you buy, take them apart. Who cares? All you care about is what's on them anyway. You don't want to pay for the whole vine thing. Just take that out and like use that stuff and spread it around. It's really fun. That is what I would do. Right?
I love it.
Yeah. And if you really want to be a little bit more traditional, you can add yourself like a hurricane vase and put like a larger candle in the center of the table.
That's pretty too.
Yeah, and then just kind of have like the greens and stuff coming off of it. So that's more
simple but elegant.
Exactly, and more room
Timeless.
for food, of course.
Again, very important.
Yeah, and if you have a round table, that's kind of a really good idea to have the hurricane center. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
and these tablescape ideas, don't be afraid to use them outdoors, because if we hopefully have great weather for Thanksgiving and we're able to have a few more family or friends over, you can celebrate outside and set up your outdoor table.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's always fun. And kind of going into that, it made me think of lanterns for outdoors. You can incorporate lanterns too. Lanterns are a really fun way to really add some dimension, and they're glass, so you can kind of see through them, and you can put candles or filler in them, like leaves and things like that, pine cones. That's a really cool way to add some dimension and some texture to your table. And lastly, I don't want to forget, one of my favorite things. If you have a chandelier over your table, don't leave it empty. Add something to it. Make sure you're putting in that garland that I was talking about. Buy one of those and loop it through the garland, through the chandelier base itself. Super cool idea. You don't want to forget about the chandelier, because that's like the icing on the cake. So
that earthy element indoors.
Yes.
So whether you're celebrating outside or inside, it's a great way to bring the outdoors in.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Yeah. Simple place settings. You don't want to go too crazy. Some people like to layer their plates. You can still do that. I'm more about the simplicity of it all. I really like mismatched plates. I like mismatched silverware.
Love that.
Right? And napkins. Really good with a nice napkin ring. Call it a day. Yeah. So, yeah.
And you can get a little more glam. I love copper.
Oh, there we go.
So last year I did copper chargers, and I kind of rotated my napkins, and I did black, and I did buffalo plaid.
See, it's about mixing it up.
And did little textured white pumpkins on everyone's place setting.
That is so cute. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
So many different options. So really play around. Get creative.
Yeah, and the number one thing that I always keep in mind when I'm decorating any tablescape, I'm just not a fan of like matchy-matchy. It's just not something that I really believe in. So have fun, like Amanda said, just mix up your textures and your patterns, and just have some fun with it. It's not meant to be something super, super formal. You want to have fun and you want to be inviting. So let it be a little playful. Yeah. So that is what we have for you on Tablescape tips for Thanksgiving. And we will be back next week with some awesome tips about, I don't know, something else. Maybe the threes. Sets of threes.
Sets of threes.
Yeah. Odd numbers. I like it. All right, guys. See you later.
Next time.